Hello, good morning, good evening, or good night. It doesn't matter at what time you're watching to this video. My name is Luis Enrique Urias Diaz Almeron, and today we're gonna talk about our Proyecto integrador, in which the members were Joana Itzel Pérez Portilla, Hugo Rodríguez Espinosa, and Javier Sánchez Ávila. And we choose the polysemy phenomenon, and well, here we can talk about in the introduction that the following investigation is aimed at teachers working with the book face to face, in which we find that it doesn't have any exercises related to polysemy. So that was a very good chance to include polysemy phenomenon exercises to that book, and obviously here in Proyecto Integrador, and we made an exhaustive research about this phenomenon to find the problems that can cause to the students. Due to this, in the next sections, we are going to describe and analyze, obviously, the materials and the course to finally give a didactic proposal with three connected activities to teach the students about this topic, with the objective to make the students prevent grammatic and discursive mistakes. So let's move on. The first thing that you need to consider when you're going to teach anything, not just polysemy, but anything, if you're a teacher, it's a contextual framework. When we are teaching, it is important to know where and to whom we're going to teach. That is the reason why a contextual framework appears to be necessary by considering the student's population and the institution teachers, if they have a general view of what they can expect and what it is expected from them. So you need to consider the next things to be a framework for your project, in this case, Polysemy. Number one, description of the institution. In this case, we were using the book Face to Face Advanced Students book that is used in IPN's Centro de Lenguas Extranjeras, CENLEX Unidad Santo Tomás in C1 level. This is a course that it is recognized as a center of exam certifications from the Ministerio de Educación Nacional de Francia, as well as the application of exams to students that has studied a diploma of the Secretaría de Turismo and require an English certification. It also makes comprehension reading, language proficiency, reading, listening, speaking, writing, and placement test. So this is the description of our institution, the institution that we are taking the book, which I repeat, it is the book Face to Face Advanced Students book, um, that it is used in CENLEX. Number two is the description of the population. In the course that we choose, the course was designed to teach people from young teenagers to older people, varying from 15 to 50 years old, more or less. And the course is open to students, former students, teachers, former teachers, workers, and former workers from IPN and external public, obviously with an extra cost. But as long as they had the C1 level of English minimum. So, what do you mean as long as they had the C1 level of English minimum? Well, this means that their cognitive process and knowledge are aligned to an intrinsic attitude facilitating learning and enhancing participation. So that's the reason why we need a C1 level for this. Number three, it's the general description of the text. In our case, we can say that the face-to-face book for upper students is a book by Gilly Cunningham and Jan Bell with Chris Redstone, published by Cambridge University Press in 2009. It is composed of 10 units. Each involves grammar, speaking, and pronunciation tips, reading, listening, writing, and vocabulary. Provides a free interactive CD-ROM with exercises in all languages areas like games, videos, customizable tests, and a progress chart. Accurate writing sections to overcome typical problems, help with sections for grammar and vocabulary. So these are the three things that you need to consider when you are making a project that it will be part of your contextual framework.
Semantic phenomenon, polysemy. In this section, we focus on describing the phenomenon that our proposal will deal with, in which we carry out an exhaustive investigation looking for others who will help us understand the problem we are facing. By doing this, we clarified our doubts that arose from the beginning, by achieving that we had a clearer vision of the proposals that we would give to teach this topic in a better way, and avoid mistakes and confusion with the students.
Didactic proposal. It is important to choose an appropriate approach depending on the different aspects to take into account, such as number of students, age, and level, for instance. Here, we develop three connected activities, having in mind the previous mentioned aspects and the student's prior knowledge.
For the first activity, the teacher is going to give some flashcards to the students with a specific color and the color idiom written in the back. They will gather in teams and discuss what they think about or how they interpret each color idiom according to what every color means to them. For this activity, students will deduce the meaning of the color idiom and explain the reasons why they think their answer is correct. For the second activity, the students will watch a video. Then they must classify each idiom in the chart according to the color shown, writing the correct meaning. After that, they will give some examples out loud using what they have learned. In this activity, the students will recognize each color idiom and its meaning with the information given in the video. For the last activity, the teacher will divide the group into teams. The students will play the game called Headbands, using cards with an image, so they put it in their forehead, trying to guess which color idiom is by asking questions to their team. The winner will receive a prize, a chocolate. In this activity, students will deduce the color idiom they have in their card by asking questions about it.
Well, in my point of view, this investigation that we got here helped me to notice how much we can get confused using polysemy, not just with color idioms, but with the phenomenon per se. The development of the activities was funny and stressful in a way, using our own experiences with the theme. We decided to improve some stuff. Nevertheless, it was a friendly reminder that made me realize that teachers can't rely on books all the time because the books do not cover the details that a student has to know when learning a new topic.
This project was a bit challenging as we looked at the problem from the student's perspective to come up with a solution which will help avoid the confusion caused by polysemy. Analyzing a language teaching material made us realize that not the entire course is a textbook, so we must take into account many aspects to teach the course topics and achieve your goal as a teacher.
What I learned from this project is that no book or method is perfect. Us as teachers must adjust everything, including ourselves, to our students' needs and skills.
What I can say about this project is that we as teachers must consider everything that involves a student and their learning, not only the age or the number of students we have, but also the level and the topic we are teaching them. A book can be a useful resource when giving classes. However, we cannot rely on it all the time. We need to know how to analyze and evaluate it to make it more profitable.